Yo, what's going on YouTube? What is up? Check 1 2, checking the mic, checking the sound. Make sure everything is good. We're in there like swimwear. We are here. Let's see what we can get into today. Let's see. All right. But hope you are doing well today, you, your family, friends, and loved ones, as we are back with another live stream here on July 4th, 2026. Hope you all had a good and safe and humbling week. Hope you all are staying cool wherever you are in the world that definitely may be experiencing some heat. You can hear some air blowing behind, in the background. That's pretty much my fan. Should I say both my fans blowing? I have two fans. I have a fan in my window, fan next to my bed, but it's blowing in my direction towards my back. So we're just hoping that we can stay cool, because I don't have any air conditioning in my home. But at the same time, kind of okay with that, because it keeps my electric bill down, because that's the thing about using AC units. They raise your electric bill due to you using an air conditioner, and they even raise your bill up a little bit even just by putting a fan in your window. They even track that. That's some cheese. But come on, son. But anyway, enough my rambling. Click that link that I just shared in the comments to join us here over on WAP.com, Top Sports Debate. Join me and the crew that I'm with. Get access to Lando, our leader of TSD. Get his plays. Bobby, the legend, round robin legend. He continues to cash each week with plays. And then the legend, my brother, Q Keezy, he cashes every single day. And then you also get access to my free plays, which are here, and as well as my paid plays, which are here. I do have 3 picks currently, 2 for the MLB and 1 for the World Cup. Went 1 and 2 yesterday for the World Cup. Argentina did not cover the spread but that was a great game between them and the opponent, so that worked out for them, for the game, at least for those, if you would have taken both teams to score more than 3 goals, you know what I'm saying, that would have been a lovely win. But I did cash on the very first game for both teams to score, but I didn't cash on the favorite to win. I took them but I really didn't like that game, so should have just stuck with the both teams to score, which I did currently for the first game today. Got Morocco, Canada, both teams to score today. Got that. Like I said, MLB first game, there's an 11 a.m. game Eastern Standard Time. Got my hometown team Pirates and the Nationals to score 4 runs within the first 3 innings. Hopefully that works out, just due to some data. And then I have the third game of the day, Tigers, Rangers, the total at a push. Technically, it could have taken it at 7.5, but I said, you know what, let me bump it up to the 8.5 instead of just taking it at 8. Put it at 9 runs. Again, per data here on Outlier, really liking the over to hit more than the 8, basically like 9, basically like 10 or higher type of stuff. Kind of feel like it will. Tigers have covered the 8 most of the time, pretty much most of the times, several games straight. Rangers, they're covering 70%. And then when you break it down even more, when they're covered, like the Tigers more recently, even in the last 5, when they're covering above the 9 that I took, 10 or higher. Rangers back to back with basically 10 or higher. They did hit 9 here against the Guardians, but again, that stuff was on the road. But then when you take Detroit on the road, 3-2, Texans at home, 4-1. Again, 10 or higher. So Detroit still can get runs in. Rangers every so often get runs in. I just personally believe that it can occur. And even head to head, more recently, even on the season, 3-1 to the over. So 2 games basically, but 2-2 in general on the year, 9 or higher. So just really just believing that they will get basically higher than 9 runs. So we'll see. That's that. But other than that, let's see what we can find. I am tired. We'll say that. Probably hear it in my voice. I think it is more so attributed to the heat as well. But I did, for the most part, sleep for the most part. Then woke up at like 5 a.m. and been up ever since. Like really honestly, per the game, like Ashcraft was pitching. He pretty much had 8 strikeouts his last time, 5 hits allowed, 5 runs. I kind of feel like that this will switch back to this because it's Philly. Philly has been deciding to really start putting bats to the pitches and really scoring runs. So I kind of feel like Braxton can get back to can continue the strikeout spot, and then potentially possibly maybe shut down the Nationals. Maybe again, right? It's a possibility. Might, but we'll see. He couldn't do anything on April 16th, not too long ago, earlier in the year. So we'll see. And then Zach Little's pitching. He little bit of production with strikeouts, but been allowing hits pretty much the last 10. Some extra earned runs more recently. Kind of feel like with him struggling versus lefties, that your focus should be Brandon, should be Ryan, even Andy, because he's a switch batter. You could even look at Jake. Jake may potentially get multiple HRRs. You never know. He may even hit a home run. It's a plus 1350 if there's still that value. You never know. And Connor, he bats really well against righty pitchers too. So you may want to consider taking him for total base and HRR. And Valdez, he is batting really great against righty pitchers. 3 home runs on the year, or excuse me, versus righty pitchers. 4 here. Yeah, 4 straight. He hasn't done anything since, but he's been still producing total base, producing HRR. So he's still a look to produce for my Pirates, for the hometown team here. We're on the road. He hit a home run his last at bat. Maybe potentially may have been his last sat from the following Saturday. So, that's the thing. It's 9:14 a.m. The game starts in less than 2 hours. So I kind of feel like the lineup for this first game should be happening within this hour at minimum. And if not, at least by 10 a.m. A little after 10 a.m. I want to say before 10 a.m. lineup should be set. Should be really. There it goes. There we go. Just speaking about it. Just talking about it. Let's see. Let's go pitcher weak spot and see who's what. So James is lead off. Connor's lead off. Connor's in. Well, look at all the weak spots. That's the other thing too. Like I kind of felt like I wanted to take the Pirates to score 6 runs in this first game against Washington. But the only thing with that is, because when I was looking at it, like I said, it was literally was thinking this was going to be my first pick, because originally I was going to go with 5, but it's super juice. I really couldn't find a sports book to give me a booster to even bring this down, right? But it's just more so the head-to-head matchup. We have only scored 6 runs or higher 3 times in a head-to-head from last year to this year. Technically, this year we did get, excuse me, it was 4 times. We got it here in the it was at the end of the series. Well, we did get it here, but again, we were at home, 16 runs, and then we went back down, back to back, and then we hit it here. But when it's pertaining to us versus Washington on the road, we've literally only hit 3 of the last 5 matchups at Washington. So can we get 6 runs today? Kind of feel like we could, but it just maybe we're just landing on 6. We don't go any higher, but you never know. It's literally the very first game, super early. I'm just not sure. I don't know if that's the other thing. I don't even know if we can potentially even cover the run line. So do you even consider taking the over? Could the over hit 42% to the over in the matchup in the history? 2-2 to the over was pertaining to facing off against them at Washington. Now it did go over yesterday, right? We scored 5, they scored 9. So could this happen again and it still get, you know what I mean, 10 plus runs type of thing? Well, technically 11 plus runs, maybe. So that's what I'm saying. I really honestly would rather go with the Pirates to score 6 runs and maybe just be the stance. Let me see. On the road, when Ashcraft is pitching, we score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, just in general on the year. 6 runs or higher. Washington, when this cat is pitching, no data, so that's not good. But just in general, base value when they're at home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where they scored basically 6 runs or higher. So I don't know. Maybe you do still take this push. It's plus value. Maybe it still can hit. I mean, I did take a 10.5 last night with the Colorado Giants game. Really felt really good about that one, and I went well above the number because Colorado scored like 15 runs. So I don't know. Maybe the over still hits. Maybe my Pirates still score 6 runs. Again, it's just basically because of Zach himself. Maybe potentially gives up 3 to 4 runs in the first 5, and then we get the extra 2 or 3 in the back half of the game. I'm just not sure if I don't know. Ashcraft, I don't see him giving up like I could see him potentially giving up maybe 4 hits, but I don't really technically see him giving up 5 runs against Washington, but you never know. Maybe you look towards Brandon to go yard. Let me see, because he's batting in a 2-hole. He has 20 home runs, batting second. He's the 2nd best batter on the board as far as where they bat in the order. And Valdez is batting the best currently in 15 at-bats, 6 hits, no home runs, batting 4th. But he has 4 RBIs. Maybe you look at Valdez for RBI because that's where most of his prop is. Let's look at him on the road. Not too much of production on the road getting RBIs though. But back-to-back games, he had 3 RBIs back-to-back. 1-1 on a Saturday getting RBI. Let's see. Okay. Maybe. Let me look at Brandon. Because you might... Brandon's on a drought right now. He's super low on him. Well, not super... Well, still value. It's above 200, but... Well, technically 250. Kind of feel like you get better value for potential for him to get 3 total base. He has a 2-bagger against Zach. Back-to-back 3 HRR. Just not sure if you go 3 straight. Anytime he does get HRR, it's usually 3 or higher. 1-1-1. I don't know, maybe Brandon produces. Maybe he gets 4 or 5 HRR. Maybe he gets 3 to 5 total base today. He struggles currently on a Saturday. And technically struggles batting second. He bats the most. But his slugging's up. His OPS. It's under 900. 611 on the day. What is that? In the month, though, 12 at bats, 4 hits, 1 2-bagger, 1 RBI, 884 OPS. He produces better on the road, which is good. So again, like I said, maybe we take him for. I'm trying to think. Maybe I take him for 2 total base. It would be less than that, right? Let me see. It's not going to be plus value, right? It's minus 117, minus 120. But then again, they're giving better value for the HRR, right? For 3. 1-1-1. 1 hit. Maybe. No, Brian went. Brian went yesterday. Randomly. He's positive. Remember, guys, stay hydrated. Now, he bats great on Saturday, so maybe I take him for. Let's see. I'll take Ryan. He has 4 home runs, batting fifth, excuse me. I don't know if you would get that. Plus 128. Most of the time when he's getting HR, it's 3 or higher. He hasn't done anything recently on a Saturday. Let me see. What if I dropped? Because if I take both, that's plus 375. No full-on guarantee that either one of them will get 3. Kind of like them both, but separate, just single bet. Even Magnum's in a weak spot. And then Cruz over here, he's in a weak spot. Ashcrafts. He's pitched against the 5th batter 10 times, given up 4 home runs. Cruz has 5 home runs and 88 at bats. Just not sure if he would actually hit a home run, but maybe he bats better against lefties. That's the only thing. And funny enough, Trent Grisham was batting first yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe I take him for a home run. I talked about this in the WAP Discord yesterday. As far as this game, I really couldn't really find too much of anything. I really don't know. Because again, Braxton's pitching, so who knows? He might shut Washington out. The hope is that pick will cash. I talked about maybe more so because of the Pirates here. Lau went yesterday. He had 2. There was a few batters that had 2 home runs yesterday. Lau was one of them. McCarthy for the Colorado Rockies went twice. There was somebody else that went twice. It was like, I thought I sworn it was like 2 or 3 other batters that went twice yesterday as well. Definitely was a home run frenzy. It was a mixture of over and unders yesterday. I had the Twins getting 4 runs. They finished with 3, even in extra innings. There was another team that I had for 4 runs. They couldn't get it. Washington, I had them for 5 runs. They got that in the first 5 yesterday. So then ultimately they pretty much scored those extra 4 runs. So for the Twins, I thought about the Twins potentially getting 4 runs again today. Like literally was thought, well, maybe they still get the 4 runs today. I think Buxton's in. Well, okay, day to day. They have his props available, so he might bat today. Judge is still not back. Again, like I said, I don't know. Really don't like that they're pushing the Yankees to potentially score 5 runs or higher today. Just really still can't trust them currently because they've been going under most of the time. Really should have taken them to the under yesterday, really being honest. I just don't think that they'll, I don't know, I really don't think that they'll score 6 runs today, 6 or higher. Kind of feel like it will go under. Maybe I do fade them on that, but I still feel like the Twins could potentially bounce back and still get 4 runs today. My hope would be that they get 5 at plus value, or just in general at a base. As you see, minus 105 from them, they actually get 5. They did get it three times here, but this was last year. But them on the road against the Yankees, they've never scored 5 runs. So kind of continue that trend going under. If I had seen that yesterday, because I didn't look at this spot, I would have potentially taken them for the under. But just in general on the road, they pretty much would continuously get 5 or higher. So I kind of feel like that they could potentially bounce back because they haven't gone back to back under 5 runs. They've hit 4 3 times, but they've usually gone maybe the very next game they would get 5 or higher. So I kind of feel like they potentially still get it. I might still take this because this is the second game of the day. As far as batter prop goes, I know Bryce hit a home run yesterday. Trent, like I mentioned, he hit a home run. Like I said, I was like, oh, like Trent's batting first, I should take him for a home run. Oh wait, he's batting against a righty, maybe he doesn't get it, and his first at bat he hits a home run. It's just like, it's the cheese. Could Paul, because now he's back at the starting spot, he's leading off, could he still get one off of Zebby? Now Zebby specifically, let me look at you, sir. He gives it more to lefty batters, but it's just more so because it's highlighted in green. It's more so due to the fly ball and the home run, the fly ball percent, more so the fly ball, right, and the hard hit. So again, that's to the lefty. So obviously Ben, Jazz, Ryan, Cody. Cody just has been super dry. Maybe you take Cody because he has a home run against Zebby. Maybe you just take him because he just has that one. Maybe he actually cuts this because he only has 2 home runs in the last 20 games, 9 on the year. He's just been on the drought. He hasn't really done anything. Let me look at him on a Saturday. He has some production on the Saturday, so maybe you can look towards him to produce something today. HRR, total base. Maybe it's just more so HRR. Let's see. Maybe take him for a single. It's plus value, plus 105 for him to get a single today. He has a single against Zebby too. The only other hit he has is a home run. Oops. again, he produces on the Saturday. He's still batting great at home during the day. He's just struggling in the month. No hits in July so far. But he's in the spot where he could potentially produce, specifically because of the Saturday. So, again, maybe you take him for this plus value if it's still plus value for the 105. I really don't trust him for the total base because he's just been slacking, but you just never know. If anything, I would more so either take him for the single and or take him for maybe 3 HRR. Maybe I push it to that. It's just that he's not pretty. He's more so producing 2, so minus 141. I'm just curious. Let me look at again, that's Cody. Let me look at Jazz because he's a lefty too. He hasn't been producing. He didn't produce anything yesterday. And Yankees won, even though it was a low scoring game. Yankees did win. Like I said, Ben went yesterday. Maybe potentially does go again. Maybe I don't know, maybe we parlay Ben and Cody on a slip for a home run because they both have a home run against Zebby. So maybe both of them go today. He struggles on Saturdays though. Kind of curious. Head to head, 4-3 total base. So okay. So maybe I just do, how about I do this? Maybe I do, because you are producing on a Saturday, getting usually around 2 HRR, and then I take Ben because he produces total bases more so against. He doesn't produce. It's like, yeah. It's like a slight under for the HRR. Because again, that's the thing. I'm only basing it off of the head-to-head for Ben. So maybe I'll just do this. I'll just do that instead. So I took Ben for 2 total base, Cody Bellinger for 2 HRR. That's a plus 206 on DraftKings. Maybe I do something like that. And then, like I said, maybe you still take Ben and Bellinger to hit a home run, single bet both, and then parlay both because they both have a home run against Zebby. Let me look at Trent. He has a home run against Zebby. He's potential possibly a definite look more so for, he's looking the best batter on the board, all across the board for HRR, minus 155. Total base is a plus even 100. He had 5 yesterday. He had 5 excuse me. He had 6 HRR. Some production, 5-3. Look at the total base. Total base is down, so HRR. Maybe I add Trent to the mix. He bats better against lefties, though. That's the only thing. So Trent could still potentially be a look for HRR. Paul, struggle bus, producing nothing. He bats great on Saturdays. 3 home runs on a Saturday. Struggles versus righties. That's that one. I'm not sure. And look at this. Ben is the best batter on the board. And then Rosario, who we can't look at as far as his data outside of actually what he's been doing in the last 10 games, 5 games. He does bat great against righty pitchers. This is good. He only has 1 hit in the month. He struggles during the day. Struggles at home. Just not. That's the thing, because this is showing this. He may not play today. Long shot, of course, is Jose. Just not sure if Ryan would actually produce. Ooh, whoa. That was, did not mean to do that. Go back. For the Twins, that's what I'm saying. Kind of looking at the down, like kind of like the Twins really do look like, I feel like they can bounce back and score some runs. Brendan, I think this is his first time. I think he's a rookie. I think it's his first time pitching today. I think. Could be wrong. No, not the first time. The first time he pitched was last month on the 7th. Maybe he was a closer. Let's see. Oh, I like this. I like this. Looks like they just added this down here. This is good. Okay. Yeah, see, Minnesota's been connecting with pitchers, so just in general in the last week. So this is good. They had 5 hits yesterday. They just couldn't get the extra run that I needed. So that's what I'm saying. Really feel like, really honestly, I feel like the Twins can score these, even potentially getting 5. So I'm gonna queue that up. I'm probably gonna take that. Byron, just not sure if he's actually gonna play today. Cody went back to back because he went yesterday. Just not sure if he would take him again today, if he would go for his 3rd straight. 3 hits, 1 2-bagger, 2 home runs in the month of July. He's still producing on a Saturday. Like, his batting average is up. He bats better against righties. Total base. Kind of curious. I'm wondering. Could Brooks Lee produce? Because he hasn't done. Like, maybe you take him for 2 total base, plus 125 for 2 total base, minus 115. It seems like an automatic because it's, you know, the value is where it's at. Not too much production on the. Let's see. Okay, HR looks the best. 57%. Single, minus 105 for a single. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's see. Saturday. He's hitting on a Saturday. When he's hitting versus righties. So Brooksley, I will probably. Or I might be taking for 2 HRR. Josh did not go. He didn't do anything yesterday. So there's potential for him to actually produce today. Kind of still feel it. Really honest. He struggles on Saturdays at one of the batters. Maybe Royce. Maybe we take Royce plus 130. I might even just take that as a straight bet for 2 total base because he. Let's see. Let's look a little bit better on the HRR, a little bit in the head-to-head. Struggles on a Saturday versus right. He bats better against lefties. Right down anything plus 120 for a single. I'm thinking 2 total bases plus 130. I'm probably gonna take that because I feel like that's good value. He's only hitting the slider. He struggles versus the 4-seam. And Braden throws the slider 52% of the time. Son. So yeah, forgot about Trevor. Can't forget about this guy. He had 3 hits 2 days ago, 4 total base, 6 HRR. He was not on my radar that day on the first, and he went out there. I think he hit a home run too. So he bats great on Saturdays. What's his singles looking like here? Let's see. Plus, so what would that be? Would it be? Let's see. 104 on DraftKings for me to get a single. I might take that. I like it. I might take that. Ryan. No production. HRR a little bit. He bats great versus righties. So no. That's what I got for this game. Kind of curious if Cody's going to actually do something today, because he produced really well in the last 5. So I'm kind of wondering if he's going to continue to do that. He's had an RBI in every game, last 5, except for the middle. It's plus 143 for him to get an RBI today. So we'll see. Maybe he actually produce. But again, I'm like I said, I'm gonna retry to see if Minnesota can score some runs. I just bumped it up. I'm gonna take them at the 5 instead of the 4. Just do that. I'm gonna put that in right now. I'm gonna try again. I kind of feel like that they'll bounce back from not being able to produce yesterday. Oh, let me see. That's right. I can't. I gotta do it. Cause that's the thing. It's not like Prop Finder where what I clicked on here on my laptop I can't refresh the page over here on my phone or the whatever the site. I still gotta put it in manually. So Twins 5 runs. Best value is BetMGM, even Caesars. I'm going BetMGM. Okay, I got just enough to put this pick in here on Caesars. It's no longer a minus 105, it's a minus 110 on BetMGM for them to get 5 runs. I added a booster, bumps it up to plus 104. That'll work. I'm just gonna go on ahead and try again to see if this will work out. I'm gonna put this in the page spot. There we go. Twins team runs boosted, 15% booster. A quick 10 on there. That does that. As you see, that's what I pretty much normally will do too, or at least attempt to try, to show you that I'm putting the picks in, not just saying that I'm doing it, not doing it. I mean, there are times where I forget because I got a bunch of stuff on my brain. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put it in after the stream, blah blah blah. Or just before I get off and I forget. And it's like, oh, I forgot to put it in. Where the heck is like I said, I'm gonna try again. With the Twins. I just posted the pick in the Discord as well. Let's hope for the best. So that's it. All right, next game. Oops. So like I said, I did show it. I took the over, but I pushed it up to 9 plus value. As far as prop stuff goes, Dingler's definitely a look. Kumar gives up versus lefties. So obviously you would look towards Carpenter and Green, Colt Keith, McCongle. I think that's the other reason why I took the over. Now, originally I was thinking about taking the Tigers to score runs because they're facing off against a pitcher that struggles versus lefty batters. Where the heck are they? So this is great value just for them to get 4 runs. It was minus 140 something. Yeah, so it may not be 143 here on Caesars, but I still am thinking about taking it anyway. I could push it to 5. I mean, they're, for the most part, most of the time they've been getting higher than, they've been getting 5 most of the time. They got 4 yesterday, right? Now head to head though, just in general on the year, against the Rangers, they you see here, they scored 5 runs 2 times, but 4 runs the other 2, just on the season. On last year they were struggling, so this year it's different. They've actually been able to get under the ball and stuff like that, really, just in general, just to be able to find their niche again. But on the road they produce still, for the most part, getting, whenever they do get the runs, they're getting 5 or higher. It's just head to head, we're talking about, just in general, head to head on the road against the Rangers, they struggle to get 5. So I'm probably, like I said, probably just going to just stick with the 4. I'm gonna put this in now just to do it, because I really do think that the Tigers can at least get 4 runs. Now the question becomes, will they just land on the 4? Will they get 5? It's plus value, plus 120 on Caesars. Were they, even on the road, they still produced higher than the 5? I could technically still possibly potentially see them getting 5. Let's see. And Rocker, he's averaging 4 runs whenever he's pitching. So let me look at this here. Let me because I kind of, like I said, I kind of think that. So go to Matt Home when he's pitching. When Rocker's pitched in the last 10 starts, or excuse me, just in general, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams scored basically 5 runs or higher when he was on the mound. Flaherty, when he's pitching on the road, Detroit as a team, just in general, they scored 1, 2, 3 games with 4 runs or higher. With only 1 game, they got the 8 against Tampa Bay, shutting them out. So with that said, look towards Carpenter, look towards, maybe you still trust, I still don't trust Green, to be honest, but maybe he goes out here and gets 2 to 3 total base. Maybe he gets 2 to 4 HRR. He struggled in his last at bat against Rocker, looks like, or just in general. But he's hitting the slider, he's hitting the sinker, so that's a good look. He only has 1 hit in July. So today, I kind of feel like today would be a day where he would bounce back. Carpenter, Looks like his total bases are more of a... He struggles against the slider and sinker. Well, more so the slider. He's hitting the sinker. It's just that, you know, the Woba and stuff, I guess he's not really bringing in too many runs. Same thing, one hit, but he bats great on the day. I'm just not really being, as always, I'm being honest, I really don't think that, you know, the Tigers could get shut down and not score more than 4 runs. But I honestly think that both teams can get higher than 4 runs, but it'll be a tight-knit, close game either way. But that's why I took the over anyway. It's just the side pick that I would take, because I'm just not sure if Jack would give up so many runs. He might actually shut the Rangers down, and he's allowed some hits more recently, some runs a little bit, but he's still been striking cats out. It's just that against them this year, only 4 strikeouts, but he allowed 5. But this was the beginning of last month. He walked 3 batters, and he allowed 4 runs. Does this continue for a 3rd straight game against the Rangers? That's the question. I just don't know if I would see the Rangers scoring. And I love this value. It's right here for the picking. This is the better pick. Minus 115 for them to get 4 runs. Head to head can be a little bit fickle. They do get 4 runs or higher, maybe technically 5 runs or higher. At home, 2-2. 4 straight, but that was against San Diego. They had 10. That's what I'm saying. I kind of feel like I really don't see them. I can see them getting 4 runs, but that's what I'm saying. I really feel like Detroit can get 5. 5 or higher and win the game, maybe cover the run line. Maybe it's 6-4 type of thing. Excuse me. Having a random spot clear my throat. This is random. Haven't done this in a while. So yeah. Excuse me. Man. See, Flaherty, when they play, they don't cut when he pitches, they don't cover the run line. Even on the road. Maybe I do take the Rangers to score. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games. It's only 3 games on the year, but 4 in general. They scored 4 runs or higher. Last time he pitched, they shut them down 4-1, covered the run line. I'm just like kind of curious what I really want to do. I know I'm like stuck on this game. I'm just trying to really see what I really want to do. Like I said, I got the over. I'm just really just thinking I should take either of these teams to get 4 runs. Like I said, the better spot is the Rangers. They've been doing their thing, and then let's see. But the push would be 5 for the Rangers, plus 150. Okay, they don't get it that often. So 4 would be the safer spot. I'm just, like I said, just trying to really gauge how I want to get this extra pick. Because again, on paper, I could see Dingler, Carpenter, Torque, maybe, you know, any of these plethora of these batters from Detroit, top half of the squad. doing some extra damage. We can't really forget about Verling, even though, but is he playing? You have no way of telling if he struggles versus righties in a great way. So he bats better against lefties. Pretty much the same thing for the Rangers. It's just Detroit on paper, they're looking much better. Let's see something, dog. Maybe it is the Rangers. Because he's giving up hard hit fly ball percentage to lefties, hard hit to righties, while Kumar is still giving up to lefties, but that hard hit is only pertaining to them. He really pitches really great better against righties, should I say. It's just like I said, on paper, Detroit's looking better. So I'm gonna take the Rangers as a minus 115. I could have gotten even better value with that 15%. Go on Caesars. So I'm taking the Rangers, 5 runs, minus 120. I mean, excuse me, 4 runs. Apologies. So I finally just found something. Rangers, 4 runs. So I did that. Got that in. This is what it's about, being a, just a actual, like, trying to be a pro at this sports betting stuff. Okay. Bang. It's in. Minus 120. Rangers took score. Runs. Okay. Toronto. Shane is looking like the best spot to take maybe Seattle for runs. Let me look at Seattle here. Can't remember if Seattle actually scored. Okay, they went back to back going under. Maybe they'll go over. It's kind of juiced. Yeah, it's kind of juiced for them to score 4 runs. Even then, head-to-head, they're not doing it that much. They're averaging 4 against them. At home, they're averaging 3. At home, like, they've really been on a struggle bus currently, but potential for them to do something, because Shane's on the mound. He literally struggles against lefties and righties. Not striking out that much, allowing many hits. This is a potential possible great spot for Seattle to actually bounce back and actually do something. So maybe I do take them for, even maybe I take for push for 5 runs plus value, plus 115. What would be, I'm trying to think, it's gonna have too much. Now, could Could Seattle say, let me see. Could Seattle cover the run line today? Logan Gilbert's pitching. Oh. Now, on paper, the Blue Jays are looking better. It's just because Shane struggles against both lefties and righties. You could see a Rosarina getting multiple HRR. Kyle could potentially wake up and produce something today, maybe. Can't forget about Cole. He might get some stuff off today. He does bat better against righties. Can't forget about Colt. Even though he's just been he's been struggling mightily. He does hit the forcing. He's struggling on Saturdays. Let me look at Luke. Another one. Well, again, the question becomes, is this going to continue, or is Luke gonna actually get something like this, or more than one hit? Because he head to head, he's producing some HRR against them. Total base a little bit as well. Josh, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like I said, they're facing off against a pitcher that has been struggling to really do anything, and this is, even like a holiday type of thing. Seattle goes out there and gets more than 6 runs, or 5 runs, excuse me. They could potentially go out here and get 7, 8, 9, 10 runs type of thing. Another big game, and Blue Jays still, like Okamoto, he might read one of his pitches to send it out of the park. He's been cold. At the same time, really looking at some of the stuff, the under could still hit. He's batting great on Saturdays, though. There goes my favorite number, 46 at bats. Let's see. So this basically means Varsho would be a batter that you look towards, and pretty much same thing, Garver. You look towards for home run. This means, because it's green, that you look for Okamoto to do a plethora of everything. He's looking for his 10th home run. Varsho's looking for his 6th. He hasn't hit since the 23rd. Plus 155. I see why. Yeah, this game could potentially go under. Back-to-back unders for Seattle. 4 of the last 5 unders hit for the Rangers. Bieber, when he's playing, or pitching, should I say, 50-50. Same thing. Okay, so when Logan pitched 3 straight, the under hit. So maybe we go with the under again. Just not sure if that's going to be the case, though, because when he pitched on the road, the over hit 67%. But this was last year, so this is first road game pitching. You've been pitching all year, and 50-50 to the over, but more recently 3-2, 60%. I'm just kind of curious if this is gonna go under. I haven't looked. So Nathan, man, it honestly, it really feels like he just hit a home run, but it was a few days ago. Kind of wondering now. Can't trust Vlad, but Vlad may go out there and actually produce today. Alejandro, Ernie might do something. He has a triple and 2 singles against Logan. Forcing. He bats great on a Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I'm really looking at this stuff because I really feel like Seattle can bounce back. I'm just kind of wondering if this total is gonna actually hit though. Is it gonna hit 8? Is it gonna go under? We're talking about what Logan did last year on the road. It's his first game on the road pitching. And then we're talking about Bieber. I apologize. Bieber, not Logan. Bieber, when he pitched last year, now he's on the road for the first time pitching against Seattle. I kind of feel like even look at Seattle when he's pitching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. They had 4 runs. So if you give Seattle 4 runs, so minus 150 on the scoreboard app or higher. And then the Blue Jays, they too have been struggling to get runs. They're giving them plus value, right? Plus value for 4 runs. Head-to-head, they do produce runs. On the road against Seattle, they technically would produce runs, but back-to-back with 2 50-50, getting 4 runs or higher. More recently, though, 2 and 3. I'm just wondering if they'll actually do it. This is kind of going to be... It's either the over is going to hit or the under is going to hit. And it's either one or both are going to get 4 runs. I'm kind of thinking Blue Jays might be the team to do the 4. We'll see. Really can't find too much for this one. But maybe Canzone? Maybe. He's green against the pitch mix. Maybe I'd take him for... He only has 1 hit in July, but he bats great on a Saturday. Maybe I take him for 2 HRR. Maybe he actually produces. He struggles against them, though. That sucks. What about Randy? I used to be able to really trust Randy. Head-to-head, he's averaging 2 HRR, so that's a good look. He's just struggling. Again, really can't find too much for this game. Outside of maybe potentially taking the Blue Jays to score some runs or Seattle to score some runs. Or none of that happens, and like I said, I feel like the under could be more of the better play. Just like I said, just depends on what Bieber is going to do with his first start on the road this year. Because he is 1-1. And you are 6-5. I really want to just take Seattle to score runs. Maybe. Let me cue that up. I might take that under. Really couldn't find anything for the Seattle game. Tampa and Houston. Tampa won yesterday. Didn't they win yesterday? Heck, y'all. Yeah, they won 3-1. Look at Rossman here. Okay. Base value for the year: 1, 2, 3, 4 games they score 4 runs or higher. I'm gonna guess and say they're giving them 4. The base value for 4 runs. Yep, 4 runs. Best value is a -110. Caesars, DraftKings 115. Not too much on 4 runs against them in the head-to-head matchup. Pretty much the same thing on the road, 2 and 3. But again, this was mostly last year. They were a run shy of getting 4 yesterday or last night. Maybe they actually do it tonight. Last 10, averaging 4 runs on in the last 10, but 5 in the last 5. Maybe them getting 4 runs would be a play. Oh, Hunter Brown's pitching. Maybe this is an under spot because Drew is pitching too. Hasn't allowed that many runs. Hunter, strikeout. He too doesn't allow that many runs. Maybe first 5 for this game. Look at the first 5 under. First 5 under 4. Okay, nothing yesterday. 50-50 in general. 3 and 2 when playing against each other. 1-0 on the year. So, oops, sorry, wrong button clicked. 50-50. Still, kind of think that the under would hit again. I'm just not sure if it. I don't know if I want to take a plus value though. It's a plus 120 on BetMGM for it to go under 3. Yo, G-Man, what's going on, dude? How you? Okay, the over hits when you pitch. Let's look at you on the road. Okay, the over hits when you pitch. Again, we're talking about, well, let's go with the 4. Still, 60%. Now the under hits when Hunter Brown pitches. But it's not. It's 4. Still 3. Maybe. I could potentially, maybe possibly see it going under. That's definitely a. They're 2-1 to the under on the year with Brown pitching, and then he is on the road 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, and 1. Slightly going over. I think I'm gonna. I really love taking a risk. I think I'm gonna try this under plus 120. Because I'm not sure what either team batter wise are going to do as far as anything with both pitchers on the mound. Like, because Drew, more specifically, he'd been striking out batters, allowing some hits, but still not allowing earned runs, right? So I could literally see this still going under. Safe bet would be the under 4. Because you just never know. Because yesterday there were no runs in the first 5. Apologies. There we go. They went under 3 yesterday. Kind of think that it could go back to back. Kind of getting that good feeling. That it can go back to back. So I'm gonna go on ahead and take this plus value pick. Oops. All right, Houston. There we go. Totals first 5. Huh. So actually it went up. So it's no longer plus 120 for to go under 3. It's a plus 165. It's well, actually, I apologize. Plus 125. So it bumped up 5 points. Again, like I mentioned, the safer bet is 4. So minus 110. This is no longer. It's no longer. Again, this is BetMGM. Let me see if. Give me a second. One moment. Oh. Let me see. Where are we? MLB, where are you? The heck is the Houston game? Here we go. So technically the better value is minus 108 on FanDuel instead of the minus 110 for under 4. Because the books at least believe that it'll go under. So let me do that. So I took the 4 on FanDuel under 3.5. What I might still do is still take that under over on BetMGM. It's a plus 125. And let's see. Did I? Probably didn't. Posting it now. Oops. There we go. Like I said, took the under at the base value minus 108. Little bit of a spot. I just don't know if I could find anything as far as player props, anything for this game, because they're facing off against 2 pitchers that are really good. So we'll see. So the Guardians game yesterday, the White Sox covered, but they lost 4-3. Burgess pitching, Messick's pitching. Let's see. 6% when Burgess pitching, they cover. Messick, 40% when Messick's pitching, they don't cover. When Messick's pitching at home, still 40%, they don't cover. When Burgess pitching on the road, 4 straight covers. On the season, 4-1, but 50-50 just in general. Now, they're scoring 4 runs or higher when Burgess pitching on the road. Messick, when he's pitching and they're at home, they've scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where they've scored 4 runs or higher. Kind of wondering, kind of curious if this could potentially go. What's the over under? It's 8. Kind of like the over, but I'm really maybe potentially possibly considering White Sox to cover. Now, I don't know if, let me see. Just in general, base value, let's see, 1, 2, 2, looks like just 3 games. They've actually covered higher than the +1.5. So we wanted to take them at plus value at, say, or maybe a +1. It's better value, -132. But if I go -1, it'll be a +157. When he's pitching, they 30% to a cover. So then what about you? What would that be for y'all? That would be a -1, +101. So then the push -1.5, +151. Don't really cover, and you still don't really cover. Let me see, at home, not really. 40%. We switch that back to the one, and is it the 1? Not too much production. 3-2 to covering a -1 at plus value. No, Messick's not. He's only giving up 3 runs while Burke is giving up 4. Look at this here. Into 3 teams when he pitched on the road, scored 5 runs or higher. Messick at home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those can be 5 teams until they score 4 runs or higher. What are they giving Chicago? 4? 4. Good value. -110. So currently the books believe that Chicago can score 4 runs. Plus 160 for them to get 5. Just look at the value for the 4. Them on the road, they're scoring runs on the road, 60%. Head to head though on the road. They are not scoring 4 runs. But they're 1-1. They were knocking on the door on 4 yesterday. They couldn't get it. Kind of feel like they can get the 4 today. Cleveland. They're scoring runs at home. Still scoring runs. Dude, they've been home all this time. Fascinating. Okay, head to head, they do score runs at home. Is it just in general too? Yeah, they really were scoring last year too. They were getting runs. Maybe you look to Cleveland to get some runs. On paper, they're looking like the better batters. Just in general to get 4. I don't know if they'll get 5. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit different at home in the head-to-head. They've only gotten 5 2 times. They did it here, but couldn't get it. They were knocking, same thing, knocking on the door. So maybe the over still cashes. I'm just really curious about this this run line here. With Burke, he produces much better than Messick. Even just in general at home. You can say just on the year. You know what I mean? Yeah. On the season, 4-1 to covering. 4 straight. 4 runs or higher. Let me queue up the 4. I'm probably going to take that over. Just in general on the year. 64%, 52%. 64% on the road. 50-50 at home for Cleveland. 40%, 50%, oh, excuse me, 60% on the road. Really do kind of feel like this is the best bet, and then you would take Chicago for the runs. Maybe you do still take Cleveland for the, what you call it. Let me see here. Getting 60%. 67% when Messick is pitching the over hits. Yeah. Let me get that over, dog. DraftKings. That's what it looks like. DraftKings is the best. Oh, look at that. It's about to be 10:30. About to be 10:30. So this is White Sox Guardians. Now, DraftKings has this going under at a -105. And it actually FanDuel's the better value at -102. Me looking at it out of myself, personally, I feel like the over is going to cash. Except that might be the reason why they believe the under is going to hit. Let's see. Now the under just missed the 8 yesterday. It did go over the game prior, where Cleveland scored 6 runs, Chicago scored 5. So I'm really feeling comfortable about this over hitting again. Uh, I think that's the reason why the books believe that the under is going to hit, because most of their matchups have gone under. I think that's why. Just being, because, and that's the two, like, Messick, he only gives up versus them only roughly about 2 runs. Burke around, you know what I'm saying, 1 run. So if you feel like even like the first 5 could go under, maybe you take that. In the over cashed back-to-back games. They're actually pushing this to 4. Okay. It would actually be 4 here, 3.5. This is a 50-50 spot. Better value for either or. It looks like, let me see. Actually, it looks like they're pushing for the under on Caesars. But the over, just in general, has hit. Five runs plus 110. You see the under's hit with Burke out there. Messick the under. So maybe the first 5 under. Maybe we go with this plus. Well, not the plus, but let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Last 5, 3 and 2. 4 and 1 to the under, right? But only 1 and 4 to the under when he's pitched on the road. Messick at home, 2 and 3 when he's pitching at home. Oh, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the delay. Had a delivery that I ordered. At least half of the order came. The other half is gonna be arriving on Monday. Cause I was like, hold on, where's the rest of my deliveries? Oh wait. I would have gotten the other delivery if I was quicker, because I was looking at it and I forgot. I was like, oh, I could get it delivered soon, blah blah blah. I'm curious. I really feel like I want to take this chance on this first 5 under. Because again, when Burke pitches, it usually goes under. He even had to go under against Detroit. He had to go under against Cleveland the last time they face off against each other. Okay. So let me do that. I'm gonna take that out. Like I said, I really still am curious about the over though. But I do like the first 5 under though. It's plus value. Oops. Actually, let me take that off. But again, I'm super curious about this over. Best value, DraftKings plus 124 to the under. And again, it's solely based on how these two pitch. Oops. When they're on the mound in this specific spot. Kind of curious. Oh wait, there we go. There's on the wrong thing. No, wrong thing again. 2 and 3. I'll just do the what I was thinking. I'm gonna just do the over. Yeah, I'm gonna just do the over. I think I was making it a little bit too complicated for myself. Overthinking, overanalyzing. Again, that under looks super enticing because it's like it's plus value and stuff. But like I said, I'm not gonna. That was me overcomplicating the pick. I don't need to do that. So, White Sox, Guardians, total over. And there we go. Like I said, not gonna complicate it. This is it. I got added too much extra to the data researcher. Was right there. I'm gonna just stick with that. It's either it's gonna cash or it won't. At the end of the day. Oh, let me make sure that I okay. Yeah, just want to make sure that I oh shoot. Hold on 1 second. Did I not? Give me 1 second. Did I not share that? I did. I was gonna say. I put something in the wrong spot in the Discord. That was my bad. There we go. Fix that. Now I'm sharing stuff over. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay. All right. Moving on. If anything, player prop wise for the game, Bazana, maybe Manzardo, maybe Schneemann. Like these batters are more, per the data, is looking more towards potentially hitting a home run. Could still look Brand. He showed up here, hit a home run randomly. I don't know if he would actually go though. He just struggles against Sean. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's it for White Sox. I am still more than likely going to push for the White Sox to score those 4 runs. That way, that would just be an extra little pick that I take. Sam has been on the heater as far as what he didn't do anything yesterday, but oh, he's struggling versus the 4-seam and the sinker and the slider. Okay, man. Maybe I do take the, again, potentially possible, maybe I do take the first 5 under. Okay, Minnesota, Yankees, they just Chase hasn't done. Yeah, more recently he hasn't done anything. He's struggling too. Yeah, maybe I do take the first 5 under. He is lefties though. Because I'm kind of looking at the data, I'm kind of thinking, oh, like they struggle versus Parker. Because maybe Cleveland's still, I'm just thinking out loud. Who knows what's really going to happen today in this game. Because head-to-head wise, just in general on base value, White Sox, even head-to-head, they're covering the run line. Just in general on head-to-head, 63% to covering against them. Cleveland 38% at home against them to covering. It's just because they're facing off against Parker, they let's see. Like they're hitting lefties. They're on paper looking better. And Cleveland's not looking too well. It's just Cleveland specifically, they still were able to figure out some runs just in general in 3 straight games, while they've done it 3 of the last. Same thing on the road. Cleveland at home, 2 games at 4, well, 3 games at home, 4 runs or higher. So I'm kind of wondering, kind of just feel like I may want to take that under in the game. Let me stop bull crapping about that. Jeez. Okay, my O's are on the road. Oh, it's potential for rain. I didn't even see that. Wasn't even paying attention. Well, of course I didn't see that. Just I clicked on the game. Man, now I think because it's potential rain, because rain does affect. Now I'm thinking that under may be the play. I'm probably gonna just go with that first 5 under as an extra pick. But my O's, there's some rain here. Potential 40%. Let me just double check. I didn't even look at the heck was I thinking? Some rain in Chicago. I did mention, because Chicago got blown out yesterday, I did mention in the Discord in the walk yesterday that Chicago, real quick, has a potential to turn it around, because they got blown out yesterday, and most of the time when a team scores a bunch of runs the day before and the other team doesn't, it flips to the other side. Now, I'm not saying that Chicago will score, you know what I'm saying, what they did here, because as you see here, they scored 23 runs against San Diego. In the very next game, they could only get 1. So, and they got blown out. So it was a flip. So automatically, I was thinking about St. Louis for runs yesterday. I didn't take them. I was thinking about the over and stuff like that. I didn't do it. So I told the crew here in our little section here that, you know, tomorrow, consider taking Chicago to cover the run line, and consider Chicago scoring a bunch of runs. So I could still see, even with the rain being a possibility of an issue, still see him scoring 5+ runs today. Because as you see, whenever they are scoring runs, scoring well above the 5. It's usually 8 or higher. Head to head, same thing. They're usually scoring 6 runs or higher against St. Louis, right? Now I love Outlier here because they're giving you extra stuff when it's pertaining to the lefty versus righty stuff. So if you take Lehigh, they're still getting plenty of runs versus a righty pitcher. So I just think, not saying that Leahy's going to give up a bunch. He doesn't give up that much against Chicago. Still kind of could see Chicago maybe getting at least 2 runs in the first half, and then everything else comes later, like those 4 extra runs. Because like I said, still could see Chicago scoring. You see, look at them, even at home, they're still scoring 6 runs or higher most of the time. So do with all this information what you will. I mean, you could technically still break down. Let's see. Let's look at St. Louis. Still don't want to discount St. Louis though. They're giving them a nice, comfortable 4 at a -105. They personally believe that they could still get 4 runs today. If you feel like that they can get the 4 runs, take them at this value here. They're facing off against a lefty. So when they're facing off against a lefty pitcher, they're scoring comfortably 6 runs average, usually scoring 5 runs or higher. I actually do like this spot here. I might take it for them to score 5 runs, but I still think that, again, because of what happened yesterday, that the Cubs could still score 6, 7, 8 runs today, cover the run line, and the over still hits, which is what? 8. It's still 8. It opened up at 8 yesterday, is when I talked about it. This was like literally before I went to sleep. It was at least an hour before I went to sleep. It was like 7-ish or something, maybe 8 when I talked about that, when Chicago was getting blown out. So they opened this up super early yesterday. I'm thinking about even taking the over for this game as well. Currently the books believe that the over is going to hit. It's just juiced up. Best bet for me, Fanatics, the score bet. Fanatics is the best bet, -125. Let's see, head to head, 65% to the over when they match up against each other. In the spot, look at this, 86% to the over. Most of the time it's 10 runs or higher. So maybe you do push it up to 9. Let me see, what is it at 8? -110 for 8, -105 on Caesars for 8. I will push it up to the plus value, +110. Here's the best value. So I think I'm going to go with the over. And like I said, I technically do really like, because again, Chicago against Shota, St. Louis. St. Louis is looking the better bet on paper as far as the data for the most part. So I just think like the over is technically the best bet, but you would push it to, you know what I mean? You would push it to 9. Now they're pushing it to 9. So let me take this 9 now before they switch this up, because it was 7.5. And yeah, if I had looked at this hours ago, I would have definitely, this would have been like one of my first picks that I would have taken hours ago. Just gonna go ahead and take this now. Yeah, see, they got it at 8 currently. I'm going to 29 total run. I'm gonna push it to the 8. I mean, excuse me, the 9. I'm gonna take it for the 9. Plus 110. And I still do like, really do like, per the data just looking at it, really do like St. Louis getting some runs. So Jordan Walker, the best batter on the board. Still don't want to forget about PCA Ian Happ. Didn't Ian? No, he did not. Because literally, not, like it was just a wild day yesterday for this for the game yesterday. Oh shoot! Hold on. Cardinals, Cubs. Over. So at least got that. Oh, wait, hold on. 1 second. Oh, work. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Got it. Plus 110. 9 runs. Cardinals, Cubs. And another one, like I said, just same thing with the Chicago White Sox. Really like them for 5, for 4 runs. Really like Cardinals to get 4 or 5 runs. But that's that. That's it. Clearing up my noties here. Okay. All right, posting this in the Discord now. That's in there. Okay. All right, almost forgot I got this soon. Okay, oops, and then, sorry, I gotta do this real quick. What was it here? Oh, Pirate. Yeah, that's right. I took the Pirates. What was that deal? What was that over? Yeah, give me a second. Over 4. Pirates over. And then Tigers, Rangers. 12 over. And so, 22 runs. What's that? 4, 5. 4.5. I did. That's what I did. I took Rangers to score 4. Rays, Astros. First 5 under. 3.5, and then oops. Over. And then Cardinals. Whoops. Yeah. Cardinals, Cubs. Total over. And I'm probably gonna do what you call it? I've been going for 2 hours. I think I'm good. I mean, anything else, there's still so much to look at. I was on this game, but then I flipped to or switched to. I haven't even looked at my O's. Hunter Green is pitching today. First game pitching too. So he usually gets some strikeouts, usually allows some hits. No, we don't know. Not sure if he struggles against a lefty batter or not. Maybe he does, because Moore, he's giving up hard hit. Well, again, this was last year's data stuff. Splitter, he was struggling to throw, but he was giving up more to the slider. He was throwing his four seemed great, but then versus righties, little bit of a struggle. Some earned runs, so I don't know if we could, like, we bat well against righties up top, so maybe Barcelona could do something. As far as Brandon Young on the mound, he's not doing like he's allowing two earned runs the last 10, and in the last 5. This was last year, he allowed 3 against them. Could I see him getting 17 outs today? It's a push for him to get 17 outs. I'm wondering. Now, they struggle mightily against righty pitchers, excuse me. Maybe we can cover the run line. Maybe we can. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. We are covering a run line 9-1 when Brandon Young is on the mound. When Hunter was on the mound, he wasn't covering. He's a fresh pitcher, super fresh. I'm curious. Could a fresh pitcher come out here and shut down my O's from doing what we do with Brandon on the mound? I mean, we're 60% to covering the run line just in general. I haven't done a run line pick in a while too, so I'm thinking maybe I'll take my O's to cover today. It's just probably my main. We're 6-3 in the last last 9 games as underdogs. Either way, Cincinnati is not covering the run line when Hunter's pitching or not. Just the -1.5 they're not covering. So just in general, that's on the road. We're covering a +1.5, 70%, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60% covering a +1.5 ATS just in general. Loving this. We're 1-0 on the month. I was really hopeful that the first 5 over would have hit yesterday. That was one of my picks. It didn't go. It was just literally just 3 runs off. I think in the fifth inning we had like 2 runners on, and it didn't happen. And then we shut down the Reds. So I kind of think that this could flip. The question is, do I take this chance for my O's to cover a run line with a very fresh Hunter Green coming here, where again he specifically was striking out a lot, but he was still allowing some hits. Now against us last year, we hit him up 5 and 6 times, only scored 5 runs here. We didn't get it here. Again, this was last year's numbers. Well, technically last 2 seasons. So we've proven we can at least get hits off of him. And now he's facing off against with Brandon, with Boston and stuff like that. I think, because I can still see us. Let me see. What are they giving us run line? Well, runs wise. So they're giving us 4. Super juiced. 5 would be the better spot. +100 even. Facing off against a righty. We don't do well versus a righty pitcher in the last 10. Little bit, 40% to getting 5 runs versus a righty pitcher in the last 10 away games. That sucks. Let's look at NC. Oh wait. They're giving the same thing. They're giving them 5 runs. Maybe the over. What's the over? Is it 7.5, 8.5? It's 9.5. They're giving it a push for 10. So maybe it's 8.5. Let me see. 9 would be the softy cushion. -115. Below that, juiced 145 for 9. If we're going for, we go for 9. Let's just go for the actual 9. Brandon, 40%, 100 pitch last year, 30%. So the under was hitting more. Now, Brandon on the rope, 50%. Now, last 5, 4-1. Oh, and whatever. So under hit most of the time with Hunter on the mound. 2 teams score 4 runs, Pirates and Blue Jays. No data. The over hit here the last time. they played against each other. We lost. So again, maybe the over does hit above 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, but that was the back half. 1, 2, 3. Same thing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm wondering. I'm pondering. Oh, powers are going. Connor Griffin got a hit. He got a single. Brandon Lowe struck out. I spent a lot of time on this game. I'm just kind of curious, kind of wondering if we'll let's see. That was last year. Then you didn't strike out that well. You allowed hits. Again, this was last year. Oh, Nate hasn't done anything. So second game back today. Oh, what am I saying? Apologies. I'm looking at the stuff wrong. He's struggling to do anything. I don't know. Maybe I do take a chance at the run line. See if we. I don't really necessarily see us potentially covering plus 139. Okay. When Brandon's pitching, we cover a -1, excuse me. Even on the road, when he's playing, we've covered. Hunter was pertaining to a +1, 6%. But ATS is 50%. At home, 70% cover to a +1. But no data for head-to-head, right? Yeah. Well, we covered here. We were at home. So I think that I'm gonna go on ahead and probably am gonna see about this +1, unless I just go with the 1.5. I'm kind of wondering what I really want to do. Sal on paper could potentially get some stuff. There you go. Oh. Come on, buckos. I need... What was my pick? Yeah, I need 4 runs. So come on. Let's get 2 on the board. It's two batters on base right now. Currently in the top of the first. Let's go. Could JJ produce against your boy? He's been struggling all over the place. Uh, the Colt. No, he still didn't do anything. Because he was, I think it was a look either here or here, and he didn't do anything. So I don't know if he would actually show up today. Basketball on Saturdays. What about Gunner? Maybe. Yeah, 4-4 with a home run. 2-bagger, a home run, 2 singles. I like it. It's just he's struggling to do anything against the 4-seam and the slider and the splitter. Struggling a day versus righties. I'm wondering. Okay, Pirates on the board, 1-0. Griffin got 2 HRR, one run and 1 hit. Let's go. Reynolds got a single. What was Reynolds for a single? I think he was +5. I know I looked at it over an hour ago. Single -115. So he got the single. For him to get 2, I didn't see it. Because there's a potential that he could get 2. He's gotten 2 against them 4 times. The only reason why I'm like upset because it's 46, my favorite number. 466, but 46 is my favorite number. I would have definitely taken this for him to get 2 singles today because he potentially might get that. I'll be upset that he got it. I didn't see it. There was a batter that I did save for a single and I forgot. Oh, was it Lenard? Do you have some of these cats? I did have O'Hearn for 3. And I had Brandon for 3. Dang it, I forgot all about that. Because as usual, I'm trying to focus on a plethora of stuff, not just the player prop stuff. Trying to give you all my bases on other stuff that has, to me, much better return for the team props. Because the player props are, for baseball, are definitely, to me, much harder to gauge compared to the team prop. For the team props are the best spot for you to get the actual profit, and that's why I've always pushed for everybody to look everywhere and mostly and most important, the team prop. So for this game, Pete, Sam, Gunner, I kind of think Gunner could still do something. Can Adley do something? He had 2 total bases last game, yesterday. 4 straight, 2 HRR. So there's your potential prop to take. It's a -104. I would literally consider the HRR. He's on a stretch right now, 4 straight. Head to head, he usually gets higher than the 4. I mean, than the 2. Usually get 3. I would consider Rushman for that's. I feel like he's like the best batter on the board for the squad. He struggles on Saturdays, so it's a potential for him to just barely get the 2. But me personally, looking at it, really honestly, he's 0-3, looking for his first hit. I kind of feel like he can get 2. It'd just be like he'll get it anywhere. Oh, James, you bum! You hit a home run. James Wood hit a home run first at bat. I just need 2 more runs. That's it for that first 3 to cover. So that's that. I think I'm gonna probably potentially take a chance and take us to cover this run line, dog. Kind of feel like we can. That's the thing on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4 times when he started. We were balling. Straight balling, getting the joint. So 5. Let me look at BetMGM. Let me relook at this. That's the only thing. But this was pretty much mostly all last year. We're knocking on the door. Well, no. Only had 3. I really do feel like we can get higher than 4 runs today. So I'm thinking about taking them for 5 runs today. Super favorite for, yeah, we're underdogs. We're plus 105 for us to cover the money line. Let's see. We're 2-2 against them. We did cover yesterday. Just don't have let's see. 1-3, 2-3 in the last 5 road games. They are at home. 1-2, 0-3 at home. So you know what? I'll just take us to cover. It's a plus 105. I mean, not to cover, but I'll take us to win. Plus 105. Another one that I was like stuck on for the longest. A little too extra time. I think we're, like I said, we're actually good. Like I said, this one, honestly, this should have been my first pick from yesterday, which was the over, but I think I got the better value. Then of course, you know what I mean, you still got, you know, Herrera, Jordan, even Church went yesterday. JJ may do something. Newbar may do something. Swanson's been on a heater, a little bit of a heater, small heater, more recently at least. Head to head, he loves getting HRR, so maybe you take him. Bush could still be a look to do something. Bregman and stuff like that. So hope is that they will come through. Atlanta won yesterday. I think it was 5-3 or something like that. I'm just curious. Chriselle on the mound. Let me see. He did sort of kind of well. Yeah, he kind of did well versus them. He gave up 2 here, but you know, we're talking about last year. But he was striking out. He was striking cats out. He does pitch great on a Saturday. I'm just looking at it real quick because I gotta get out of here. I'm tired. I need to lay down. Been on here for almost 2.5 hours. Okay. He's actually pitching well against Atlanta. No data for him against the Mets. Possible under, maybe. Or first 5 under. Would that be under 5? The push would be under 4 plus 115. Okay. 3 straight starts under. 50% to the under. 20% though. On the road, 25% to the under. Sell at home though, 30%. So, but again, more recently, 2, 2 and 1 at home. 1, 2 and 2. So the question becomes, let's see, when y'all are at home, y'all are on the road. 3 games I didn't even get a run. Atlanta, there we go. There it is. Atlanta, 2 games a run, more than a bunch of runs, but then since then 1 and 1 and none. I don't know. Maybe first 5 under because of the pitching. Just depends if Vanessa can stop Atlanta. Okay, it's top of the second. So we'll see. All right, I'm about to be out because I need to go chill, lay down. I need to figure out what I'm gonna have for lunch, and then I gotta prepare to head over to my brother's house. My brother's house is for some holiday food and just chill with the fam. But thanks for coming through. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all my rambling and stuck on some of the games because I'm really trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. But it's all good. Hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I'm off tomorrow, so I should be back tomorrow. Probably in around the same time, but a little bit earlier because there are early games tomorrow. But it is a Sunday, so we got to be careful about that. But all right, I'm out. Holler at you later. Take care of yourselves, family, friends, and loved ones. And definitely take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay humble. Peace, guys.